because of her cousin's behavior. And she asks him if he is in trouble, but he just says that he isn't in any trouble and he is just in the middle of a very crucial, very important experiment which has taken him many years. He asks about her reason of arrival, and then she tells him that his father is very ill because of an affliction of the lungs, which is a disease, and she also tells him to just come home if he really cares about his father. But Frankenstein hesitates, and although he do want to go to his father, but he also tells Elizabeth that he is in middle of a very crucial, very important experiment, and he tries explaining her that his work is so important to him and it has taken him so much time and he cannot just leave it at this point. Elizabeth is very angry and very furious, and she just tells him that she doesn't want to stay a minute longer with someone who doesn't care about his own father, and when she says it, she just goes out of the house. Then comes another very loud sound of thunder, and Frankenstein sees the figure on the bench still laying. Another banging sound of thunder comes, and Frankenstein seems to be happy about this, that he thinks that his experiment might work after all this hard work. Just as Frankenstein was admiring his experiment, he hears a knock. Clerval comes and he asks Frankenstein to open the door, and Clerval tells Frankenstein that he has something very important to talk about. But Frankenstein tells Clerval that he doesn't want to be disturbed because he was just about to reach the moment when his experiment comes to reality and becomes real. So suddenly the door bursts open and Clerval comes in, and towards the sheeted figure he runs, and just then when he was about to go there, both of them see great flashes of lightning hitting the figure on the bench, and then whatever the on the bench was laying slightly moves. Another flash, another thunder, and this time the sheeted figure, which is also a monster, tries to sit, while Clerval stares at it in horror, as he was very afraid what's going to happen next. He runs to the monster's side and Frankenstein, as Clerval was going to the monster to destroy it, Frankenstein goes behind his friend's back and he strikes him. And then he runs to his experiments, the monster's side, and helps him to sit up. That monster was enormously tall and he was very powerful, and his eyes were glaring red on his waxy yellow face. And the monster had black lips and had scars on his face, and his hair were dark black. The monster was standing naked till the waist, and he was in simple breeches. Breeches are kind of trousers. So the monster raises his hands and he looks very confused, and Frankenstein reaches up to touch it, admiring his creation because he was very proud of his experiment, that it actually worked. But then Frankenstein realizes something, that he wanted his creation to be very beautiful, and this creation, it was very horrible and it didn't look like an angel at all as it was supposed to be. So Frankenstein realizes his mistake, but then the monster makes a very strange noise, and then the monster runs towards the door, which really worries Frankenstein. Meanwhile, what happens is that Clerval, the friend of Frankenstein, wakes up and realizes that figure has disappeared. He runs out searching Frankenstein and sees a final flash of lightning. The thunder crashes out and then dies away as darkness falls, and both of the friends, they just sit there wondering what's gonna happen next.